Sasquatch Mom, and Sam and I, he's driving, are going on a Bigfoot expedition in Bailey, Colorado. It is hosted by Sasquatch Clothing Company and Sasquatch Outpost, the wonderful Jim Myers. So we've never done anything like this before, so it should be interesting. We're going to be staying at the Glen Isle Resort on a field tent camping. So as you can see, the car is full of equipment. And we're going to be doing things like casting footprints, going on a night expedition, and all sorts of things. So this should be fun, and we will see what happens. Alright, so we're at the Bigfoot conference, coming back after dinner, and this is what I see. That is pretty cool. I love it. Anyway, so we're heading back, and the afternoon, first of all, we got here in a rainstorm, so we had to put up our tent in that. And then we went to a few lectures, one about camouflage of different animals, which was really interesting, like owls and spiders, zebras, etc. That was interesting. And then Jim Myers from Sasquatch Outpost talked about some of the experiences he's had around here in Bailey. And then a man named Alan spoke, and I'll have to look for his last name. He's very well known in the Bigfoot community. He spoke about, does Bigfoot exist, and what is it, and that kind of thing. So anyway, now we're heading back to the campground after we had a dinner, pretty good, of enchiladas, and then we're gonna go on a night ops thing. That is gonna be really fun. Oh, and here we have some horses. Okay, so we will see what happens next. So we are trying to get settled in for the night. We were going on a night hike, but as soon as we got to the trail, which we'd been on before as a family, lightning and thunder started with a vengeance. So we came back to the campground and stood around the awning while it rained, talking to a couple of folks, including this gentleman named Jason, who has written a book, and I'm going to put the link to that down below. But he told some of his interesting stories, and he definitely knows all about Rampart Range Road, where we have been researching for years. So it was very interesting, but now we're getting settled, and we'll see what happens in the morning. Okay, it's Saturday morning, and Sam and I did not sleep well at all. My sleeping bag was paper thin, despite the reviews on Amazon saying it was rated to 20 degrees, right, sure. I meant 20 degrees Celsius. So it was miserable. We ended up trading sleeping bags, which didn't help Sam any, so he's still asleep. and I'm walking to breakfast. But I did hear some kind of metal crash last night, and I overheard while I was walking this morning some gentlemen talking about some kind of disturbance that happened during the night, but I didn't see anything, but I certainly did hear some things, and Sam thought he heard a siren-like howl, but I'm not convinced. It could have been traffic because the highways were really close. So, lessons learned. Those really super thin, lightweight sleeping bags do not work. And we're probably going to have to run into town to Dollar General to get some blankets and or a sleeping bag if they have it. But I want my coffee, and I needed to clear my head and stretch my legs anyway, because to keep warm, I probably did 20 sit-ups. So I'm very sore. All right, well, and the rain, we'll see. It looks good this morning, but this afternoon and evening doesn't look very good. So we're supposed to learn how to cast footprints this morning and something else, and then go on a hike this afternoon and evening. So we will see what happens. I find that a bit interesting. Was it human made? Possibly. Certainly is likely. But that's a very interesting shelter. Alright, so a little change of plans. The group decided to go hiking this morning because it's going to rain this afternoon, and that meant that we had to stay behind because Sam did not sleep because of me, pretty much having switched sleeping bags, so he needed to take a nap. So that's what he's doing. I'm sitting in the sun in the campsite. But hey, you know what? There was activity last night. I heard it about 3 a.m. There was something that was throwing around stuff. I think it was around that tent there. And then that's our tent. We got a pop-up tent, but I'll tell you, the sleeping bag, it's horrible. So anyway, I'm just gonna sit here, sit in the sun, read my scripture for the day and relax. And then a little later on, we're gonna go to Dollar General, see if we can find some stuff to help us, because we can't get through another night like that. All right, well, we'll see what happens. So Sam and I are looking around the campground, and he has found a possible footprint. I'm kind of sure that the guys this morning saw that. Where? Right here? Where exactly? There?
I think right there.
Stride is pretty big if that's the case. Stride. So whatever came had to have come from over there, over that ridge. Why don't we fan out? Hmm?
Wait.
Which one? Oh, I see. That's going that direction. Okay. I'll go over this way. I think heading that direction would be better than heading that direction, in my opinion. It's almost, that also looks interesting. Huh. Who knows? I'm gonna go this direction. I'm gonna head that way. Besides, that way means I have to climb and I don't have the energy. Now I'm stepping on these pine needles and it's around a tree and it's so spongy, but I'm not leaving much of an impression. I'm heading that way. Huh? I know. Our footprints don't make much of an impression, is that right? Like on these pine needles? What? I don't know if that's anything. Yeah, but look at, it goes all the way.
Yeah. I think everywhere would be huge.
Yes, it would be. I don't want to go down, just over the edge. Ugh. These shoes really are not for bushwhacking. I think there's a house down there. I can see a light. So, they gotta be coming from over there somewhere, huh? If indeed it is true. Yeah, in fact, there's a fence. Can't go down there. But what is a fence to a 9-10 foot Bigfoot? All right. Well, if we're gonna go to Family Dollar, we need to go soon. And there is our tent. Okay, so I finally had a chance to report what's been going on. Sam and I, after we took that little walk, we went to Dollar General and we got comforters and blankets. I'm just thinking maybe he should wrap me up like a burrito and I'll forget the sleeping bag because I don't think much of it. So anyway, then when we got back, we had lunch and after that, we sat around and talked to some people, heard stories, interesting stories about mostly Bigfoot and some other cryptids, UFOs, that kind of thing. So then we went to dinner and my hair is driving me crazy. And we're back at the camp, gonna change and get ready for a night hike. And I hope that we are ready for it. It's been a hard day of being very, very tired because of last night. So we will see what happens. And so far, the weather is holding out, but we shall see. One addendum I forgot to mention is when we were sitting around talking to a gentleman named George, I told him that I had won second place at the Bigfoot Estes Park Festival for Bigfoot calling. And he said, "Oh, you're the one who won that. You should have won. There's no way you should have gotten second place. You should have gotten first." And then he said, "Well, the man who won, he didn't even do a scream. It was a whoop, etc., etc." But I just thought it was so funny. So, kind of a funny note. All right, here we go. Oh! Okay, so we are on our night hike and we are on a section of the Colorado Trail near Lake Wellington, and we hiked up a little bit. There are campers all around us, and there's another group that's on another trail across from us, but we are just going to stay here and listen. It was a really easy hike, which I'm appreciative of since I'm so tired from not sleeping last night. So anyway, great group of people having a lot of fun, and we will see what happens. So it is almost 1 a.m. in the morning, and we got back about 12:30. And what we did is that we sat and we listened on the top of the hill, and it's really hard to distinguish between people who are camping and any possible night noises. So I don't know if there was anything out there. It might have been a possible tree knock. But then after that, we went down the road. We went down a road and kind of made a big loop from another trail to the main trail we were on, which was the Colorado Trail. So, but it was fun, and got to know some people, got to know Jesse, my brain is so blank. With Sasquatch Clothing Company, and we talked about having some people come down and see our sites. So that'd be really fun. All right, so hopefully tonight we'll have a better night. Oh, what? Hello.
I was gonna make a noise.
You were gonna make a noise?
Yes, can you take these? I'm gonna go take a coffee.
Oh, have fun. Anyway, hopefully tonight is a better night than last night. Try out these blankets. Oh, but the other thing is, hopefully I'm so tired that I'm just gonna go to bed. All right, well, we will see what happens tomorrow. Okay, so it is Sunday morning and got my coffee, second cup, but I don't think I could drink it all. But it was not pleasant having just a blanket, but I got through the night. And one of the campers told me that it was actually colder last night, but I made it through. And Sam and I are going to break camp, load up, go to town, have a real meal because we just had some granola bars and such, and then go to Sasquatch Outpost because I saw Somebody had a little tiny Bigfoot, like that high. I want to get that from my mother. And some socks, because the sock monster keeps taking my socks. And I like the Bigfoot socks that they sell. So, that's what we're going to do. Oh, and I did not hear anything. Sam didn't hear anything. Nobody told me anything that was going on. There was nothing on my recorder that I did, so there you go. Okay, so we have been in Bailey. We went at lunch there at the Cutthroat Cafe, and we went into the Sasquatch Outpost, bought a lot of goodies. Maybe I'll show those later. But Jim was there. Boy, he's one busy guy. His wife was there. So we are now going to go on to Littleton and see my mother and give her birthday gifts, and I'll show you later what those are. All right, here we go. All right, so we are heading down to Littleton to see my parents, especially my mother, and we got her this Bigfoot. She's always saying, "You gonna bring me home a Bigfoot, or have you seen a Bigfoot?" So this will make her laugh, so that's what we're bringing. I got that at Sasquatch Outpost. All right, and I'm gonna show you more of the package. Oops, there he goes. Okay, so apparently this adventure is not ending. In fact, it's more of a misadventure, because we were going north on 285 past Aspen Park. Lots of traffic, and come to find out there's a fire, and we had to turn around, and Sam and I had to go to the bathroom. So then we went, did our business at King Soopers, and then we tried to go to a gas station because we thought, well, we had a half a tank of gas, but we thought, who knows what else is going to happen? Let's get a full tank of gas just in case. And we had decided we were going to go down Deer Creek Canyon, which we're doing now. But anyway, we went to this gas station, and 2 people cut us off. It was so busy, and we got very mad. All these city slickers, city folk from Denver, and polluting the mountains. That's how we feel about it. So then we went to another gas station across the highway, and we're finally going down Deer Creek Canyon. And I just feel like it's almost a satanic block, because we're trying to see my mother. She's not doing very well, and we got to see her. So this is not a very pleasant ending to our wonderful weekend, but here we go. So we will see what happens next. It's always something interesting. So we're back home, and as usual, we had a series of misadventures, seems like. But anyway, I wanted to show you, before I end with what happened on our way home, I wanted to show you the goodies that we got from Sasquatch Outpost. First of all, I got some socks. We thought that was funny. It reminded me of Scooby-Doo. That was just hilarious. So we got that. I got that. And I got... No, I'm sorry. This was just a plain one. This is the one that reminded me of Scooby-Doo. See these things in the background? And him walking like a zombie? That totally reminds me of Scooby-Doo. It's so funny. Got that. And then I got a t-shirt. Always like to have t-shirts for hiking. And I got my husband some boxers. And I already showed you the Bigfoot. I got my mom. She loved it. It was really funny. And so, anyway, after we had dinner with my parents, which was kind of stressful in its own way, we were driving down 105, and we almost ran into a deer. But before that, to kind of decompress, we stopped by the side of the road in Sedalia, a junction there where there was a sighting long ago, I think in the 1950s, called the Plum Creek Monster, and we were thinking all about that. And so one of these days we're going to go and do a tour of the Sedalia sightings, including a vocalization a couple of months ago, and the day after they found footprints. So anyway, we're going to do that at some point. But and then the last misadventure of today was discovering that we got a whole extra bag that wasn't ours from Sasquatch Outpost. So I'm going to have to call them tomorrow and straighten that out. I feel really bad. I have no idea how we got an extra bag. Both Sam and I don't remember, and we were like zombies. We're so tired. So, well, to recap, it was so worth it to go. Sam heard some things that could have been legit. We had made great connections. We talked about where to take the Jesse from Sasquatch Clothing Company. He wants to come down and see where we research. Talked about that. And it's definitely worth it to do that. We know that we really learned a lot. I've come a long ways. Like in 2018, we were camping at Rampart Range, and Sam heard vocalizations and he tried to tell me. I'm like, don't tell me. I'll never go camping. I don't want to hear it. So that's how far I've come. And yes, there's a goofball dog who's very excited we're home, and a kitty cat. The dog is hiding her apparently. So that's all. I can't think of anything else. This is Sasquatch Mom and Caspian and the kitty and Sam saying, have a Squatch-tastic day.